What's happening, fandoms? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we react to music videos and shows. Today's show, The Expanse. We're in season 6, episode 2, titled Azure Dragon. Now, Azure Dragon is the name of the ship that they are hunting for, that's guiding from a slow, quiet orbit, guiding all of these rocks in toward Earth. Acting as a launch control for them, basically. I don't know that they know that that's the name of that ship yet. I don't remember if they learned the name of it in last episode, but they definitely figured out that it existed last episode. Now, there's been a bit of a break between the last time I filmed and this time. I took the advice of my Patreon people and I consumed the Strange Dogs small novel. Definitely gives a lot more context to the opening scene of episode 1, which I didn't understand at all. Strange Dogs being a tale that basically involves the little girl and her family that we saw in the opening of episode 1 as settlers on Laconia, one of the outside the portal's exoplanets, and this is specifically the one I think that all of the Mars Navy people have occupied and are using as their home base after they fled the Sol system at the end of season 5, and also where the scientist courtisars hold up, I believe. But we haven't learned much about that in the show just yet. Now, one of the things that I'm finding very interesting is that because of various choices and decisions that were made, there are several characters that have been completely written out of the show or killed off, but are actively alive and have roles in the book 6, because I've finished probably about half of book 6, and Anderson Dawes is still a player, Fred Johnson is still a player, but in the show they are actively dead. They've killed those characters, and in addition to that, also Alex, who we will just pretty much continue to not talk about. They're just not replacing him. Naomi just does the piloting now, I guess, and we're not really going to talk about him much anymore, or even think about the fact that he's gone because of the circumstances of how he was written out. There were some interesting things like conversations in some of the later episodes where he was just basically erased digitally. Maybe people were looking at a spot where he was standing, that kind of thing. But it is interesting to see excuse me, how they're gonna shift and morph the story to accommodate the fact that those characters are dead when they are supposed to have roles. So we'll all be looking for things like that. The addition of it's not really an addition, but the problem that Philippe has caused by killing someone on Ceres Station is slightly different in the show than it was in the book, and I'm wondering how they're gonna play that, because it was really a tension point between Marco and Dawes in the books, and with Dawes not there, I don't know who the tension's going to be with, but I imagine we're going to find out pretty soon, because let's just dive into it. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We gotta get help.
Hey, what you kid?
Mama, Daddy.
Sure, baby.
Interesting foreshadowing there.
You have to help her.
fault.
That's what happened, though.
She has babies, but they're all alone on the ground, all by themselves. We have to put them back in their nest.
We can't. Soldiers call the meeting. We have to attend. All the settlers do.
I still don't see the point.
It's good they're keeping us informed.
We have nothing to do with whatever they're building in Oregon. If they want us
Little
to
brother.
open up the comm relays, or at least tell us what's going on back home.
This is home. You have to stay here, okay? Bye.
Man, it's worse knowing how this story resolves, actually. Poor girl.
Don't worry, I'm gonna take care of you.
Poor girl. Now she broke her mom's drone. How are they going to be able to portray the meaning of all of this without all of the internal dialogue?
You know, I never thought I'd see the day I'd be delivering Mickey munitions to a privateer in the belt. It feels kind of nice, huh? Everyone being on the same side for once?
Yeah, I guess so.
Mickey.
Good hunting.
Sort of a derogatory term for Martian.
We weren't expecting any.
Can't speak to that, Captain, but the orders came direct from the Secretary General herself.
They get Bobby. Cool,
Understood.
cool.
Rocinante standing by. Peaches, go to 2, please.
Holden?
Called her Peaches.
Personnel coming aboard.
Are they?
No, they're not here for you.
Time to lock and load.
Yeah. Yep, she got her armor. Nice. In the books, Michio, which is the stand-in for drummer in the show, was actually on series and deciding she didn't want to be right about this time. Giving him his gun back?
When we get back on the ship, clean yourself up and report to ops for duty.
That's it?
Yoan assaulted a superior officer, and you defended yourself. That's what happened. The next day, we were both back on the line. We couldn't fuck up because we didn't have anyone to bail us out.
Yeah. You're an embarrassment, Philip.
We only had each other.
And you just killed your sin. Yeah.
We've been on the ropes for too long and we need a win. We're not gonna fuck it up.
Boarding and shooting is a whole lot riskier than sending a torpedo up their ass.
Don't you worry, your pretty little head. That's what I'm here for. Doesn't appear to
Yeah.
be armed, and this type of ship wouldn't have more than a crew of 4. I'll make quick work of him.
Bobby will just go on board and turn him into paste.
Trust me, these fanatics are not going to surrender, Naomi. It's...
Bobby Draper, Clarissa Mao.
Hello.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
You're free to move about.
Thank you.
Amos brought her back with him from Earth after the first rock said it's a long story.
You're harboring a convicted felon.
Amos trusts her, and I trust him. And this is our ship, so that's the end of it.
Yep.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Might have something to do with the proto-molecule that was stolen from Fred Johnson. You get me a look at that intel?
Yeah. I'll make it happen.
This is what you guys keep calling going Dutchman. I understand the reference. It makes sense. But I have never heard that term used in the actual Books or show. I think it's a term that the fan base has applied to this retroactively.
They're probably deciding whether it's worth the risk to try for the bounty on us.
Of course they are. Walker was a smuggler and thief, and if we had a better option, I would have used it.
So what is happening here? Are they transferring Michio to them?
You will be safer with him than you will be with us.
Okay.
The Free Navy has taken over security on Ganymede. They're setting checkpoints all over the station and the docks. Cargo won't be safe there.
You're Free Navy. You can't get her through.
I'm Golden Bow.
Golden Bow is Free Navy.
Some more than others. Marco Iñaros, he doesn't like me. I intimidate him, sexually.
Okay. Really?
Supply depots. Marco spun them up all over the belt.
Interesting. So part of the Golden Bow isn't necessarily all the aligned. Okay. So she's building maybe an alliance with part of the Golden Bow. Something's got to happen.
This is more than just a phase. Philip has completely lost his focus, no self-control.
That seems to be the consensus.
There, people are talking about it.
Cruise talk. You can't prevent that.
Interesting. She's telling him.
It's certainly no secret what Philip has had to endure. Envy him. Or miss him.
Wow, this is some pretty harsh punishment. Force yourself to watch all the videos of your friend that you just killed.
I need him to be the man he should be.
Damn.
Are you planning on staying angry with him until then?
You got lucky. Now everyone in the belt believes he's a genius.
He's good at turning people into followers.
Yeah.
But you don't seem to like that. Neither did I.
Look where I got you.
Meta Kubilaya didn't like it either.
And now they are dead.
The Golden Bow ships that didn't show their bellies. Are you still in contact with them?
Maybe. A few.
We only need the ones who are tired of licking the floor for scraps. The ones ready to snatch the food right off Marco's table.
Yeah, here it is. Build the resistance. Okay. I see where this is headed.
I'm sorry for what happened. It was... Johan was...
What are you gonna say? You can't apologize. I'm a little shithead and I killed your son.
He died honorably.
Did he?
Serving Marco Iñaros and the belt.
Well, that was definitely a lie. They're coming in dark, trying to get close. Bobby and Amos are gonna make this jump. Ooh, damn. Oh, he's maneuvering, trying to get away. Oh boy. Wow. Oh. Oh, she's having some PTSD, huh?
I got it.
Okay, Clarissa coming in clutch.
What happens when I arm?
It'll be the most heavily shielded cable in there.
Maybe.
Most likely that black-looking one.
Under the conduit. Pull that one out. Thank you.
Guard please. Ready to breathe. Mother, you coming?
Got this.
Ooh. In the book, they when they tried to do this, they got attacked by
Bobby.
Are you inside?
How's patience?
scavengers.
She's fine. She really saved my ass out there.
Mother love.
They got all of them. It's a lot of rocks.
Come. I want to commission a project from you. I want the belt to see what it's doing to us. The feeds are full of numbers and political rhetoric.
Interesting.
I want them to see the people they've hurt.
I don't do propaganda. You have your minions for that.
I do. Not just the statistics, but what they mean.
Yep.
The lives we've lost. The pain we've suffered.
A media
All
war.
the things regular news feeds skip.
That's not going to change any Belters' minds.
It might. A few on the margins. If that was the one you could have stopped, and you chose not to.
Massive guilt trip. Is that gonna work?
You give a really good guilt trip.
I practice a lot when I'm alone.
You mind if we talk?
Sure, go ahead.
This is partly my fault. The only real reason I let you stay aboard was as a favor to Amos. And that's how I've been thinking about you. As an obligation.
Okay.
I understand.
I don't think you really do. No more deciding for yourself what the new plan is.
I get it.
Part of the crew.
I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
You know you just got to shoot out, right?
That's the first time he said I was part of the crew.
Yep. It is. Interesting.
If they got the data core intact, they'll be able to locate the rocks that are still in flight and all the rest that are ready to launch.
Yes, they will.
And the moment that happens, they'll redeploy their fleets and head out. Let them come. We'll be ready.
Very interesting. In the book, the news that they'd lost the Azure Dragon prompted Marco to immediately start ripping Ceres for everything it was worth and evacuating. Leaving Ceres to fend for itself, basically. And that's about where I am in the books, is them preparing to exit Ceres. And also, Anderson Dawes had confronted Marco and told him that he had to get Philip off the station. In the books, Anderson Dawes in the show is dead, so he can't do that. He's not in charge of Ceres. Marco is, basically. I'm wondering how different this will be than the books. Interesting. The fight to capture the Azure Dragon was a little different. The little PTSD moment with Naomi was a nice little bit. I liked that. That was cool because it shows that there are, you know, psychological and mental impacts from all of the stuff that she's gone through. And it really is a good character moment for her. I liked how that was done. With the moment with Holden and Clarissa, in the books he said something along the lines of, you know, you're a member of my crew and you're not ready for vacuum combat, and I can't have you going out there and getting killed. It was very similar to how it went in the show, but still different. The sentiment is the same. When Holden accepts you as part of his crew, you're inside his circle, basically. And so it's a really powerful indication that he has wiped the slate clean for Clarissa, and that she's now on the inside of that protective circle. It's a powerful moment, and I really enjoyed how it was portrayed here. The moments with Avasarala and Monica, not something that I've seen happening in the books, but powerful all the same. I really like how they're continuing to keep Avasarala as a major player in this, although I feel like in the books she's a little diminished. Here she continues to be like moving the chess pieces and putting Bobby on the crew and so on. I like that. The going Dutchman concept. Dutchman is a term it's a term of art for sailors that's been in existence for a very, very long time, and it refers to basically a ghost ship that was legendary back in the time of pirates on the sea. And the concept of these ships that are disappearing as they go through the ring, I'm being told by my commenters that it's called going Dutchman, but this is a term that I have never seen applied to that within the actual literature or the show itself. And while applying that term does make a lot of sense, I have yet to see it actually anywhere within the text or within the show. And I do understand why it would be applied that way, but I don't know that it's a term that the actual writers themselves have applied yet. Certainly haven't seen it in any of the show episodes, and I don't remember seeing it in any of the books, at least up to where I am in book 6. They haven't used it yet. And so I'm looking forward to seeing what the origin of this phrase is when I finally get to it. Or perhaps it's just something that the fan base has applied retroactively. Maybe it comes from beyond book 6, book 7 perhaps. I just don't know. But I'm very excited to see where those ships actually end up, because I don't know yet. And if it happens in book 6, I haven't gotten to that part yet. And as I've mentioned, I never got beyond book 6 in my original read through. So I'm excited to actually start reading 7 through 9 once I finish the reaction series. That's going to be a lot of fun, because I'm sure there's just some juicy stuff in there that I haven't gotten to yet. All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave it right there. Appreciate all you guys following along, all the likes and comments, and I really apologize for all of the re-edits I've had to do with this series. this show in particular has been doing something from the copyright side that I hadn't really ever seen before. Although I edit and upload these and let them sit for a very long time, it seems like they only do the copyright claims after it's gone live, and they are claiming audio bits that are literally just dialogue. And I haven't seen that in any other show, and I'm wondering if it's an Amazon thing, because most other shows don't do that. Usually the claims are video claims, and I can get around those by hiding the video for a while or masking it with an image or something like that. But the audio, there's not much I can do except, you know, make it silent, and without the video or the audio, what are we even looking at here? So it's kind of bizarre, so I apologize for all of that, but I'm doing my best. And I appreciate all of you for sticking with me through all of it, and thank you so much. We'll see you guys in the next video.